Hello everybody.
Hiya folks.
Will you join us tonight at the beautiful, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a panoramic, Lavender Hall Fisheries near Coventry, where we've just shot a feature. We've just chucked about 100, 150 pound of fish back, and we want to talk to you today about this little beauty, the June issue of Pole Fishing magazine. And while we're talking, we're having a little fish, seeing if we can catch anything. Though I must say, given the fact we've just released all the fish, it is unlikely.
And what about this little chap on the cover,
Yeah,
Tom?
let's talk about him.
Mr. Andrew Gallagher.
Now, Andrew, actually, as you know, finished second in a good-looking anglers poll lately.
Yeah. Who won it?
Me. But there was only you who voted, wasn't there?
Yeah, to be fair.
So, yeah, Andrew Gallagher. Now, we felt just right with this feature. We shot this the week before the Dynamite Baits Festival. It went on to win the Dynamite Baits Festival. It went on to win the Fishermania qualifier at Larford the following week. There's nobody in the country more informed than this man at the moment, and he gives us a great feature on meat fishing on the short pole. Right, so what else have we got in there, my lovely little ginger?
Next up, we have got the official best looking angler.
Right, okay. So this is different to the voted for. This is the official one.
This is the official one.
Okay.
This was voted for by females between the age of 18 and 30
okay.
throughout Europe.
Yeah.
And it involves myself, obviously, the winner of the competition, and Mr. Joe Carras from Match Fishing. Now, we actually had a little debate in the office. Joe come away. You having a fish?
I'll have a fish, yeah.
And he said, do you think you better fish in one line some days? And I said, I don't know. He says, well, I felt like I should have done it the weekend. Should have just fished one swim all day. And you said, well, why don't you two go out and test it, didn't you?
I think it was a great idea for a feature. I think it's something that's worked really well.
And I fished a few lines, and he just fished one, and we drew some good conclusions.
Very interesting feature, and I'll tell you what, I was surprised at the outcome, to be fair. I didn't expect you to get your ass kicked all over. Should I not be saying that?
You'll have to read it, won't they?
Yeah, they'll have to read it to find out. So, the next feature, Mr. Grant Albert. We went to Shatterford Lakes, and I'm going to have to change the caster, Matthew.
I'll put your caster on.
I'll do it. You was told that. I'm going to catch a fish now, ladies and gentlemen, which is something that don't always come easy to me.
Yeah, tell me about your feature, Shatterford Lakes.
Grant Albert, Shatterford Lakes. Short pole fishing is something I've got a couple of features on in there this month, and what Grant does is a little bit different to how a lot of people fish short, and I think it makes a great feature because it catches everything. It's not a one-stop shop for big lumps like a lot of people do. It's just oh, how do we keep missing these, Matthew?
I don't know. Tell them about this.
Des Ship. The next piece in the magazine is Des's diary.
He's not had a good month,
he's
has
had a
he?
terrible month.
Terrible.
He says to me, I've had a really, really tough month. Oh, here we go.
Woohoo, what we got?
Ooh, the old Rudd.
Rudd, what's that in Latin, Tom? Rudd?
I don't know, I'm going to say I'm going to say rootless. Put him back, bless him, it's only bad it up.
Bless him.
So yeah, so carry on, mate. We've got Des's diary, which, this month, he's had a bad month. He's been to Whiteacres. He's only come third in the festival, only come fourth at Stafford. This is I'll tell you what, we're on fire now, aren't we?
Bagging up, what a bung!
Look at these little beauties. So that's 2-0, Matt. And that took me about 20 seconds. So let's see how long you've been messing about for the first minute of the video. Couldn't catch out.
Yeah.
Let's see how many you can catch.
Go on then.
I've shown you how to do it now. You've
Tell
got half an hour.
I want to hear about Des.
Right. This month, Des, 2 festivals. And genuinely, he's a little bit disappointed with his performance. He was telling me he thinks he could have done a few things better. But that's why he's so good, because he's so self-analytical, And in here, we've got the reasons why, the things he's done right and the things he's done wrong in the first 2 festivals of the year. So I think it's a cracking feature.
What about this little feature? This were a good one, wasn't it?
Yes, we've got...
plain or flavoured?
And it's Sean Little and it's Mark Malin. 2 cracking anglers. Sean's very confident in flavouring his baits, colouring them, etc. Mark, not so much. And they go head-to-head at Cobb House. It's fair to say they catch a few in. Let's just turn over. Let's show the ladies and gentlemen just what they have caught that particular day. As you can see, it's not been a bad day for them, to be fair.
Next up.
Now then.
Go.
We were talking...
This is one of my kind, isn't he? This is one of my variety.
Yeah. Rob Wootton. Now, as good looking anglers go, you'd have to call Rob possibly the thinking ladies crumpet, wouldn't you? Because you're not going to go for him on looks, let's face it, let's be honest. But he's got a nice
look at his wallet as well, he's got loads of money.
Yeah, nice personality, loads of money. I can see absolutely no reason why somebody might love him.
Yeah,
So.
somebody will like him.
Yeah, nice feature with Rob Silverfish batching. I mean, you shot that one, Matt. What did you think?
Yeah, he went
came
to a
out of that?
really deep venue, a really deep venue, and fished a short pole and said, I'm going to catch you a bit of everything. And he did, but it was so deep, he used two or three different ways of doing it, how he fed, and he changed throughout the day. It's interesting, very interesting. He used floating maggots on the hook as well, on the pole, which is something that's...
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Now, out of the comfort zone.
This feature, we had round one last month. We had Jamie Hughes versus Matt Derry at Heronbrook, and now they are in Matt Derry's hunting ground, aren't they, Matt?
The Shropshire Union Canal.
You're not doing very well with this fishing
I'm
game.
not trying yet. I'm having a little read of my magazine.
Oh, right, fine, sorry.
Yeah, it's that's an interesting one, isn't it?
I think this was a cracking feature, and
It was a close result. We'll not tell him who won.
yeah, close result.
Very close result.
But are you fishing now?
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you
here
what,
it is.
he's into one.
in.
Look.
Woohoo! There we go. Another little beautiful rod.
It's very similar to what them two caught on that down the canal, isn't it, mate?
It is.
So we're turning over again now. John Winkup, here we go. Get them up. And no, it's not a kind of tablet or enhancer. It's a feature with John Winkup. We went to Decoy Lakes near Peterborough, where John, well, it's fair to say he's probably the most consistent angler at the venue, isn't he?
Yes.
And
It's a great angle.
it's a lovely, lovely feature. Now, he's somebody who he's just been sponsored by friends, and we both said, didn't we? He's somebody who probably hasn't had the credit they've deserved in the magazines over the last few years. Because
Definitely not.
he is one of the best commercial anglers in the country, there's no doubt about that. Great feature. Now, this man, the Boilie Boy, the feature's called. It's
The
about
Boilie
fishing
Boy,
boilies down the
Boilie.
edge on the pole. It should really be called the Boilie Boyo, shouldn't it?
Boily boyo.
It's got one of the most attractive things to come out of Wales, I would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Mr. Lee
Lee
Werrett.
Lovely lad. Great angler.
And
it's a
Boilies on the pole.
nice
Somebody you don't-
quirky feature. I've never
Yeah.
seen anything like it before, have you?
No, I've never done it myself. I will do now, though.
Right. We spoke about this earlier. Andrew Geldart at Whiteacres.
We've already told them about
Yeah.
this. They don't want to hear that again.
You don't hear that again. But fair to say, it's a cracking feature, and as I said, he's gone on to prove what he said works, hasn't he?
Very much so.
Cameron Hughes. Now then, if I was a female, I'd marry Cameron.
Would you?
Yeah, I like Cam a lot.
Why? What do you like about him?
His slender frame,
Is that what you
and
like?
his long fingers,
Ooh.
and his ability to catch silverfish from almost any hole that contains water.
You could catch him from a pint glass,
He
could
could
the
catch
lad,
him
couldn't
from
it?
a
Oh,
pint
we're into a bigger one
Tell
here,
you
Tom.
what, this looks all
You're
right.
going to have to take control of the camera.
1 second, I'm going to turn it round.
Got a beauty.
So yeah, another nice little look at that. And Rud, your favourite fish, Matthew?
I don't know. I'd say Shubba my favourite, but we'll give him a little kiss. You can give him a kiss.
Yeah,
And slip him back to fight another day.
lovely. So Cameron, you know, the actual focus of the feature is working your bait, which is something I think a lot of us try to do, but how many of us actually understand why we do it? I know I haven't always certainly understood it, but Cameron gives a great guide to it in this, and I came away learning a lot.
I did
And
as
hopefully
well.
I'll put that across in the feature. So now we've got a little competition for you. It's called Stretch to the Max, and we've got 620. You gonna stop it?
620 what?
£9.30. £629.30 worth of J Angel Asket for you to win.
And this is what's in here, isn't it?
That's the stuff actually. Yeah, we've been using that today
Yeah.
in our poll test.
It's good stuff in it, Tom.
It is.
And
It
you
is.
can win some.
I know you've got a couple. I think it's about
I've
time.
got 3, in fact. That's one more than
Yeah,
you
but it took
got.
you twice as long.
Ah, but I've been doing a little bit of magazine talk.
Well, you can do a little bit more now, can't you?
Ah, here we go. Come on then.
There you are. Yeah, I'm going to catch you something a little bit more substantial now because I'm good at weaning out the big ones, aren't
Yes, you do seem to have the knack of it, don't you?
I? Okay, so we're off again here. A little bit of underarm, flick up some bait, drag the bait. Oh, that's, that's how you do it. You see that? He makes hard work of it, doesn't he, Ginnis?
What about this chap here?
Andy May.
Mr. Andy May, venue detective.
I thought that was a lovely feature about this month. You shot that, didn't you?
I did it. Went somewhere a bit different. Bishop's Bowl fishery, didn't he? And he caught loads of big bream. He caught some tench. He caught some small carp, some new ones that have just been stocked. And we found out he's actually got 6 middle names, didn't we, Thomas?
We did. Did you know his actual name is Andrew Marmaduke
Folonzo,
Longshank?
Hamhead,
What was his fifth name? Was it
White Van.
No.
Float's gone. Oh, I missed it.
I was just trying to remember. It's not white van. It's oh, it's like a French name, isn't it?
Breadstick.
French bread. No, it wasn't that. It was Lorenzo.
Lorenzo.
Yeah, Lorenzo.
Woodbine.
May.
And he's a lovely bloke. And he's done us a cracking feature again. I can't say too much about it because, I mean, look at them breams that he's caught.
Yeah, Bishop's Bow fishery, lovely spot. And he's caught them using something slightly different, hasn't he, Matt? So,
yeah.
Now, I can't believe that this has actually got into... I mean, what kind of unscrupulous editors would publish
a story
about one poor angler's wife weeing herself on the bank?
Bless her!
And we're not going to name any names, are we?
No, Dave Smith.
Stop it. Dave Smith's wife had a little accident on the bank, and he wrote in and told us all about it. So you have to pick up the magazine and find
What's
out.
that?
What's
Picture evidence, Tom. Picture evidence.
Stop it! You can't put things like that in.
He's a little bit handy at fishing. This chap
Yeah,
here.
look at the body. They're top half at casters, aren't they?
Oh, there. Ooh, yeah, that were a carp.
A carp.
Yeah, this one. I reckon you could teach this lad a thing or two, Tom, couldn't you? What's his name?
Mr. Alan Scott.
Alan Scawthorne. Yeah.
5 times.
5 times world champion. He's a bit handy.
He's a good angler, and as you know, he's our columnist. He does Ask Alan, and this month it's all about margin fishing.
Yep.
So
there's some good stuff.
Yeah, he's answered one lad's questions very, very well, and I think there's plenty in there to be learned from everybody.
Yeah, make sure you write in. Any questions for Alan? Write in. Chance to win a prize, £100 worth of Duran and stuff. Sticky Situations, nice little feature, a little 2-pager.
I think it's working really well. I don't like to give you too much credit because I think it's important to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, definitely.
We all know that you like to be big-headed where you can. So let's not say it's an alright feature, this.
Steady away.
In fact, it's not so good.
It's terrible.
I don't really like it.
I don't like you.
Stop it.
Anyway, it's all about how to avoid foul-looking fish when you're getting a lot of line bites and stuff. We've got Andy Oldham, commercial expert, Thatcher's captain Mark Harper, and none other than 2012 Fishermania winner Warren Martin to show you how. They all get around it in different ways.
The thing I like about that, I'm sorry to dwell on it, but we are very good as journalists about going out with an angler who tells you how to do things. You know, how to fish shallow, how to fish down the head, how to fish short. But what happens when things don't go quite to plan? I think what you've done with that feature is hit the nail on the head. It doesn't always go to plan. If something goes wrong, if it's towing, if it's windy, if it's this, you're answering them, and I think it's a great feature.
Good. I'm glad you like it, Thomas.
Thank you, Matthew. I do like it.
Now, how many anglers would not want to win a pole worth £2,179, 99
Not just a pole, but a lovely pole. It's a Midi XK55.
16 metre.
And you can win it this month.
We've got one to give away. And they've got to be in it.
Just so you know, we're on double caster now, so if this goes under,
we're into a big head. Yeah, all the latest gear, new gear. We've got 6 or 7, 8 different items there for you.
Is there anything that stood out for you this month, Matt, in there?
Yeah, there are a few different things. I've actually been using one of them today. That's the new Matrix Silverfish landing net. It's dead light, and although it says it's for silverfish,
oh, Gina's tangled it.
Oh no, we can't fish now with that. Look at this, folks.
It's a sticky situation. Next month, how to stop cack-handed Sheffield people tangling rigs up.
We'll have it. We'll
try and do it, but I don't think it's looking good.
We've got a. This were a good feature, wasn't it, Tom?
He's only untangled it.
Have you untangled it?
Yeah.
This were a live feature. River Ooze, the River Great Ooze in Cambridge.
I actually thought that that competition, it was all about the Census Challenge, wasn't it, Matt?
Yeah.
And I thought it was a great competition. And the interesting thing about it was, basically, very little was caught in a lot of areas. There were people scratching around for a few sticklebacks, which I know you might think that sounds desperate, but it's actually really interesting how they did it. But then in other sections, there was some massive fish caught. There was how big was that bream? £9?
£9, 10-ounce bream.
Desky
on the
had
pole.
a 7.5 pound or £8
red tench.
Red tench.
A
so
red
there was
tench.
some really big interesting fish caught, and we thought, well, we have to do a feature on it. It's just that interesting and different. So
of course it is.
That.
What about this little columnist? He's a bit of a favourite of yours, isn't he, Thomas?
Chavy is one of my favourites.
Yeah.
I always like reading his stuff, and this month he's having about the closed season. He's showing his age a bit. There's a lot of historical things in there from probably days before me and you were born about the stolen fortnight and such things, when they all used to travel all over the country to find the chance to go fishing. But
Slipping a
always
worm
enjoy
on.
it, and he's got that humour, you know, he makes me giggle. What
He's
more
good.
can you ask?
I love him. I love him myself.
Go on, mate, you can have a good day. I'm going
Yeah.
to fair.
Go on. Be careful with the phone.
I've got the phone very careful.
Good. Don't be
Right.
turning it off.
Okay, so yeah, so now we come to our pole test. Now this wasn't a very, very good month for me, to be fair. We had a lovely day's fishing though. We went to Makins Fishery, we fished on phase 3, and we tested 2 cracking poles. I used the Garbolino Power Legion, which was a lovely pole. It's actually the same pole that Jason Lebowski used to land a 64 pound sturgeon. So my work out at Makins probably hasn't quite done it justice with the carp, because he's caught bloody sturgeon on it. And Matthew, yes, we all know you might have won this month, but
I might not have. They haven't read it yet. You might be a little bit of a red herring going on here.
I'm afraid not.
But I tested the 783 Census pole.
Thoughts?
Lovely pole. It's actually designed for a little bit more finesse work. It's dead thin, but it's something a little bit different, and I really liked it. Oh, can you hear my phone?
Oh, I was talking to you.
We've got Siri going off in the pocket.
Ground bait gems. What's that all about?
It's a little bit of a back to basics sort of thing about different things you can do with ground bait, mixing it sloppy, mixing it dry, when to put soil in it, things like that. It's just really tippy little piece, little one pager. A toilet read.
Toilet read.
Toilet read. When you're going and contemplating on the loo, have a read of back to basics.
But don't be tempted to tear it up if you run out of toilet roll.
Don't. Well, they could tear a page with you on, couldn't they?
Stop it. Have you heard this?
Mr. Cox is here. Coxer. Catch with Cox.
Now that again is a lovely feature this month.
It's all about bagging up on commercials, Tom.
You always take care of this piece, don't you?
I
think
do.
He
told me some lovely tips this time. He told me about like fishing down the. Oh, here we go.
Hey up, what's this?
This is the biggest.
It's a roach.
It's not.
It's a rod.
Another rod, little baby. Yeah, he talks about fishing down the edge, he talks about fishing the short pole, and he talks about how he'd tackle open water as well, so you get a real all-round approach on commercials from him this month.
That sounds lovely, Matthew.
Ah.
Now then.
Okay.
We're coming up to the final feature in the magazine, and again it's one you shot, and again I think it's a cracking feature.
Do you really?
Yes.
Good. And what's it called?
Taking out the big dogs. Ooh. Let's have a little look at it.
There's some chaps there.
Tell the ladies and gentlemen about it. We'll try and catch one more fish before we have to leave.
Go on then. It's actually a feature with Mr. Mark Goddard, Daiwa Dorking Ace. He's won no end of matches. He qualified for the match last year, and it was the only qualifier he's ever fished in his life. I'm sure he'll be in some more. But I went and had a chat with him about how I got into fishing, how we got into the dorking setup. So if there's any youngsters out there looking to get into team fishing or how to sort of make the break, he's told you how he did it in here. He's talked about some quite controversial stuff as well, Thomas.
Yes, what's he talked about? It's controversial.
He's talked about the England setup.
Right. Has he had a go at anybody?
Oh, he's had a rate
Has
rant. He's had a rate rant.
Has he been slagging people off in
No,
magazine?
we haven't been. He could have been, couldn't he? We'll have to read it to find out, won't they?
Well,
but it's a cracking feature.
No, seriously, I read that piece. I thought it was brilliant. And again, Mark, I'd put him in the same category as John Winker, who I mentioned earlier. He's an awesome angler, but somebody who probably hasn't had the coverage that they deserve over the years, and we're starting to put that right, aren't we, mate?
And what's his nickname?
He's got a few nicknames. I've heard him called a few things. I'm not going to lie to you.
But what's his nickname? You don't know, do you?
Stoaty.
Stoaty. All right.
Stoaty.
Yeah. But no, good feature, and he gives away some tips, some of his lifelong tips that he thinks has won him a lot of matches and caught him a lot of fish. So.
I swear, I'm going to catch one.
I don't know. We're going to have to go in a minute though, Thomas.
Give me a countdown then.
Go on.
Give me a countdown to catch a fish.
We'll say goodbye and then we'll have the countdown.
Go on then.
Right.
Well, I hope you enjoy reading the magazine as much as I and Matt have enjoyed putting it together, and I will see you next month by beauties.
Goodbye, folks. Are you ready?
Wow, how long have I got?
You got 20 seconds.
Okay, count
19, 18,
focus on the float.
17,
Focus on the float.
16, 15, 14. Go on! Woohoo!
Not just a. Rootless. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is for the fans, isn't it, Matt? Who's
That's
it
a
for?
rod for the fans.
Who's it for, Matt?
It's for the fans.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the magazine. We will see you next month.
See you, folks.